Alright, welcome back everybody, your typical bull here, and today we are going to talk about how to scan for these trend continuation trades that we've been going over. We already figured out how to find them. Um, we'll just do a quick recap of that before we get started, but before we get into it, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Your support really helps the channel grow, and it is very much appreciated. Alright, so just a quick little recap here. Let me open my pen. Remember, we're using our EMAs here. We have the 200-day EMA, the 150, we have the 100, we have the 50, and we have the 20, and we're looking for all of these to be in a nice line. Either up or down, it doesn't matter if they're all up, we're looking for longs, if they're all down, we're looking for shorts. And then we've got our stochastic set to 5, 3, and 3. And we're looking for that to be over 70 or under 30. And then we've got our MACD, which I need to edit real quick. Let me just go ahead and do that. We've got our MACD, and we have that set to 40 and 100. And we're looking at the cross-ups, so from red to green, and we're looking at the cross-downs from green to red. And we're looking for prices to bounce off of these moving averages while the stochastic is under 30 and has not recently crossed bearish. So this candle here, stochastic is oversold. And how many candles ago did we cross bearish? Just 2. So we want to make sure that within 3 or 4 candles we haven't crossed bearish on our MACD. Alright, so I'll go ahead and post the link to this video in the description again in case you missed the first couple, and you can just review there. So first thing we want to check for is if the market is up or down. So we can see SPY here is currently above its 20-day moving average. So SPY is up. So we're going to be looking mainly for long trades today. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over here to finviz.com. You can see here there's 54% of stocks advancing and 41 declining, so it's pretty obvious that SPY is up, and we want to trade with the market and not against it. So we're going to click on our screener here. You can see the top, and what we're looking for, descriptive, we want the price to be, I don't want to trade anything under $2, so we want to, let's make sure our price is over $2. Perfect. And then that's really all we need in this descriptive tab here. So now we're going to click on our technical tab, and what we want today is today for price to be up. The 20-day simple moving average, we want, we're looking for the 50-day simple moving average, and we want that to be above the 200 for long setups. So 50 is above the 200, right? And then we are looking for signal. We're going to look at a couple signals here. So what we want is channel up for longs. Oh wow, apparently we're not having any. There we go. Let's just do channel up, and then let's find our volume. Where's our volume? Should be here under descriptive average volume. We want to make sure our volume is over 300K, because we don't want to trade anything that's very thinly traded and then we can't get out of it. So in the descriptive tab, we want volume over 300K, price over $2. And in the technical tab, all we want is the price to be up for today. And then the RSI, remember, we'll just do not overbought. So we don't want the RSI to be above 50. So let's, oh wow. That's crazy. Well, see, we don't get any trades doing that, so let's just take that off. And then you're going to click on this chart here. So there we go. And now we can see we have some stocks that are in very clear uptrends. And we can just start looking through here. We're looking for things that generally are pretty close to the bottom. So you can see the small charts here. And then you can zoom in. And what we're looking for, if we find some that we like, we can go look at them in our charting software. So first off here, I'm noticing that price is at the bottom of this channel and it is in an uptrend, but I don't necessarily like this one because it's consolidated here for quite a while. So here's one. Let's look at this. This looks promising. Let's go have a look at CMRE and see what we see. It would appear that I am losing service. There it is, CMRE, $10.73. And we notice that our price is bounced pretty close off of our 50-day average, but our stochastic is not oversold. So we'll continue looking for setups and see if we can find some that would fit our patterns here. Just scanning through. We have 2 pages here. Let's go look at, once again, prices consolidating here. We can put stuff like this on the watch list, and if it does start to bounce and move up, we can put it on our trader then. Alright, so nothing on the first page. Let's check the second page. Pave looks decent. Let's go have a look at it. Let's go look at Pave. That looks pretty good. Price is recently bounced off of 50 and is currently bouncing off of this 20. So that's not going to be a good setup for us. Oh, sorry, wrong thing there. So that's a no-go. Okay, so now we don't have any valid trades here. So what we can look for now, we can click on this home page here, and we can look for trend line support. So we have a possible here of FHN. Let's go have a look at it. No, wrong ticker. Bouncing off of the 20-day. As we can see, we are at support here on our trend line, which would be here. That's actually a very strong trend. So if this were to close up above this, I may take a trade, or would possibly consider taking a trade off of this 20-day average if I can't find a better setup. So we'll keep that one on watch and just keep looking through here, see if we find some other stuff. Let's go look at CNO. It looks down. Oops, see. Oh, my mouse thing is not working well. So look at CNO here. There we go. Here's a decent setup. So here's a reversal candle. All of our averages are in a line. MACD's recently crossed bearish 2 candles ago, but this is a pretty solid pattern. So where we would keep this one in view also, so this is a possible setup. Remember, we're looking only for really good setups, and sometimes there's not going to be any, and that's fine. You just don't trade that day. UTMD looks decent, but I can just tell from looking at it that the MACD would possibly be bearish, and even maybe possibly the moving averages, but we'll look at it just for is that the right? Yeah, that's right. See, that price is very jumbled. Here's a good one, REGL. That looks pretty decent. Bouncing off of the 20. And we just keep scrolling through. So we have 9 pages of this. NWL. I'm going to scroll until we find a setup here. And there will be, oh, wrong one. NWL, not Netflix. Once again, we are at our 20-day moving average here. Just scrolling, looking for some setups. ASIX looks pretty good. Let's click on that. Yeah, this looks like it could be a good possible setup. ASIX. There it is. Oh, and we missed this one by just a couple of days here. See, there's a perfect setup, except that our stochastic here is just right borderline on 30. So let's look here. FL looks decent. Foot Locker, once again, bouncing here off of the 50, but now we're at the, oopsie. And we're just scrolling through here, seeing if we can find a decent setup. PWR looks decent. Nope. Carrying on. What about IVOV? Once again, bouncing off of the 18. And you just keep scrolling through here until you find something that meets your criteria. And like I said, some days there won't be things that meet your criteria. MBIN looks decent. No, that's not the right ticker. What was I just looking at? MBIN. Why is that? MBIN. There it is. Merchant Bank. Okay, so this looks good, right? We've got our 50-day average. Stochastics below 30. MACD's not bearish. This is a trade that you could possibly take, right? See, here's one candle, and then here you get a decent confirmation candle. It would be nicer if this very next candle made that bullish reversal, but this stop loss is pretty small. So I would consider taking this setup here on top of this candle with the stop loss there, and then your targets are here. So a couple things we want to look at before we do that. How many times has price bounced off of this 50-day average? See, we've got 1 here, 2 here, 3 there, 4 there, 5. So it's a pretty high probability that price is going to bounce again off of this 50-day. Let's check our news for MBIN. Make sure nothing is crazy. I don't see any news here. And then finally, what we want to check, if you see right here, a financial, and then the banks regional. So let's go to open a new FinViz tab here. And what we're going to look at is the sector. As soon as I find it, it'll probably work this way. I'm brain farting here. Looking for, there we go, the sector. So what we're looking for is financial banks sector. Financial industry, and we're looking for banks. So 1 day banks are doing well. Over 1 week banks are doing well. Over 1 month banks are doing well. And then the past 3 months banks are doing well. So that's good. Now we can click on charts here. And what we're looking for, once again, is financial banks. And banks in general are all in an uptrend. So this is good. So this trade I would consider to be a good trade. And I would take this. Once again, my buy order would go here. My stop loss would go there. And then my targets would be, this is 1 times, my targets would be 2 times that, so roughly here. And then I would take that trade. So I'm just going to quickly go over how you can scan for short setups with this. It's the same, exactly the same. So you back in your screener here, only this time we would look for channels down, and you look for that. Find these setups, and you would look for trend line resistance here. So see here, trend line resistance, trend line resistance, trend line resistance, and then let's just assume that DSU would fit our criteria here. We would go to financial, and we would look for closed-end funds here. So we're still in the financial. Let's look for closed-end funds and see if that sector was down. Because if you trade with the sector and you trade with SPY, you're going to have a higher probability because you have more things lining up for you. So I hope this helps everybody out. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Your guys' support is very much appreciated. And next time we're going to start getting into some new strategies. And I hope this helps you guys out. So once again, we'll see you next time.